So the idea for this special section, grew out of a recognition that limestone quarries, although present in virtually every Maya settlement, have long remained in the background of archaeological research. Scholars have tended to focus on the finished buildings, monuments, or objects, but the processes, the places, and people that made them possible, the quarries, extraction techniques, and the knowledge embedded in these practices were rarely studied in depth. So we wanted to move quarries to the foreground and show how much they can tell us, not just about extraction techniques, but also about the lives of the artisans, the knowledge they carried, and the social and political networks that took shape around these places and activities. The four papers bring together very different approaches, from LiDAR and geospatial analysis to study of lithic toolkits, to archaeological and experimental studies, and to storytelling methods that humanize past processes and practices, and also make archaeologists' work more accessible and meaningful to a wider public. By putting these perspectives side by side, the special section shows both the diversity and complementarity of current research. And it is the time to do that because there has been a broader shift in archaeology toward relational approaches, which encouraged us to see landscapes, material, practices, and people as interconnected rather than isolated. At the same time, there's been a move away from elite-centered narratives to give more serious attention to the craftspeople whose knowledge and labor actually made monumental architecture or sculpture possible. And quarries are a particularly rich entry point for these shifts because they sit at the intersection of so many practices and processes: resource acquisition, technological know-how, collaboration among households, and even the shaping of social and ritual landscape. Bringing these papers together also allows us to reframe quarries not just as sources of raw materials, but as dynamic places where people worked, learned, and negotiated relationship with each other and with their environment.
So just speaking to how this special section first got started, Celine and Mary Clark knew that there were several researchers moving forward on quarry studies in the Maya area. There has been such a rich foundation laid by generations of archaeologists looking at the exploitation of quarries from a material culture perspective, looking at the tools, the technologies, the procedures for extracting stone. And Celine and Mary recognize that a lot of researchers today are moving beyond that to more of a relational approach that Celine was mentioning, and brought together a great group of scholars who are addressing this next level of quarry studies from diverse perspectives, incorporating so many local community perspectives as well. So that was the motivation to bring this special section together. And I think all the papers contribute something really significant to this broader question of the peopling of quarries and quarry processes beyond just how the stone was extracted.